Airbnb has collapsed and people are now openly talking about it a lot more. You go on social media, and you're not seeing a bunch of people push the Airbnb model like they once was. All right, the silence is real loud. Okay, now 5 years ago, it was hard to get furniture off a marketplace because all the Airbnb folks was getting it. They was doing the arbitrage. Everybody was talking about it, etc. The people selling the porches was making money. The people that were actually executing was making money. It was all good. All right. This new business model done took off. Listen, I knew and I taught my students, when you buy a rental property, all right, you want 3 exit strategies. What are those 3 exit strategies? If you got to do a fire sale, meaning if it's worth 100,000 and you got to sell for 90,000 or 80,000, are you still making money and moving on and live to see another day? All right. Second, does it cash flow for a rental property? All right. So if it's the property's worth 100,000, your mortgage is let's say your mortgage is $600. Does it rent for $1,000? Okay. All right. And the third, all right, exit strategy that I would like would be the Airbnb or rent out rooms model. Does it work for it? Right. And you make money. All right. So you're buying off three, and not just Airbnb. So I live on the outskirts of downtown in my city in one of those gentrified areas, right? There was somebody charging $515 a night. $515 a night. And if you know anything about gentrified area, basically all I'm saying is a hood in progress of getting cleaned up. They were charging $515 a night, and they were getting it. They were booked up. Big, brand new construction, 2,000 square foot house, right? $515 a night, right? Booked up, right? And sometimes something works until it doesn't. I guess people, they caught on like, yo, we can stay downtown in the city for $200 a night, all right? And with a lot of these Airbnb hosts, they lost their damn mind with these cleaning fees, all right? I passed down my cleaning fee. My cleaning fee is $110. I've seen cleaning fees high as $250, $180, and still ask for the person to, hey, put this in the, take the sheets off the bed, put them on the ground, put them here, do this, do that. Like, man, I'm paying. What the hell I got to do this for? You know, with my little $100, hey, man, just leave it there and we'll take care of it, man. You know? You telling people to do stuff. Now people are starting to see the value in staying in hotels and motels and not having to deal with that mess. Okay? So the tenants, the people who were staying there, the clients, they were starting to get it. All right? Now you had that, right? You also had the people that, the host, let's go to the host, right? The host, they got tired dealing with the clients. They got tired of dealing with the clients, right? What do I mean by that, right? I'm going to tell you my personal experience. And I thought it was just me, but I talked to like 5 other hosts. They had the same thing. They said this is a normal thing, right? They do a 3-day stay at your house. Day 3, they start complaining. They report to Airbnb. Airbnb will penalize you. I remember when Airbnb had American customer service. Now I'm getting some guy in China and India, and I don't know. I don't like, they say they're going to do something, they never do it. A week go by, 2 weeks go by, I call back and I get a totally different answer. Nobody's 100% on board, bro. Like, so the customer service is really terrible with dealing with the host. And in that particular situation, let's say the person complains and makes something up, right? Oh, this place had roaches, right? And they take a picture of a fake roach or they just make something up. But let's just say the roaches thing. In this case, I'm going to say, I know somebody that dealt with this. They said, oh, I had bed bugs. I'm not paying it. So they got refunded, right? The woman took it seriously. She went out and got a pest control person to come out, which cost some money, and he said, yo, ain't no bed bugs here. If you had bed bugs, you would have seen them, boop, 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 pointed out. So the person just made it up just to get a free stay. So they got reimbursed. She sent Airbnb the proof. Do you know she still got a ding? So a ding is, yeah, one more time, right? One more time, you get caught doing this, right? Or anything, even though you innocent for the first one, we just gonna suspend your account, right? I dealt with that. Other hosts dealt with that. So they wasn't really good with customer service. But listen, last but not least, you know what I mean? Well, before I get to last but not least, they prioritize the client and not the host and not be fair to both. So now you getting people quitting Airbnb and saying, yo, I know multiple people who quit Airbnb because of the headache it brings, man. We're dealing with those people. They complain about everything. Bro, I can't control what go outside my house. I had somebody complain that they claim it was a shootout and somebody getting chased outside the house. And what you want me to do about that? They were getting chased by the police. So it was a nice neighborhood, but I can't control like where the bad guys run to and where the police chase them. And I talked to somebody in the neighborhood, and the shootout wasn't remotely close to the house. But I can't control these things, right? You know, so it's certain things. Then you get dinged, Airbnb refunding the money. You get dinged, and now you hoping the next person doesn't report you. And if they give you a low score, now Airbnb is threatening to take your listings. And I know people that threatened got their listings taken off, and they say, yo, they had to come back with a different email, etc. But I don't want to do all that, right? But last but not least, man, the economy, bruh. The economy, all right, when the economy is bad, remember, travel is optional. People are not traveling like that. So therefore, the industry took another hit, all right, just off the economy. You know, so all those high price Airbnbs, they had to do short sales, they had to go to foreclosure, they had to sell them. And a lot of them didn't make money off the sale because they bought so damn high. You know, because they bought just off Airbnb. This is why I said in the beginning of the video, you want to buy with 3 exit strategies. Okay? But that's what happened. The economy doesn't stay good forever. All right. Now I'm still in the Airbnb business, but I got a $80 to $90 a night. So I service the Walmart crowd. What's the Walmart crowd? People coming in town for a baby shower and don't need nothing fancy. People coming in town to do construction work. They got a contract here. IT workers that don't need nothing fancy and all that. I service that crowd. But when you at that top tier, you getting $300-$500 a night. 300-500 a night, and they can go downtown and get a hotel less than that, man, your days is numbered. And the economy had to prove that to some people, man. But yeah, Airbnb is not what it was, man. So make sure you buy right. Yo, subscribe to the channel. I'm Nasser, a.k.a. the Real Estate Guru. I'm not a guru, I'm a guru because I actually do this business. Peace.